Welcome back, WrestleRanters, to WrestleRant edition number 35. I'm your host, Graham GSM Matthews, Bleacher Report featured columnist, level 2, here today to discuss Monday Night Raw and Super SmackDown Live that aired this past Tuesday night and Monday night, respectively. So I already discussed the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view this past Monday, so right down to the programming for this week, as well as some TNA as well. So for Monday Night Raw, we had a fantastic episode this week. It looks like all the shows after the pay-per-views are the ones that really do shine and not the pay-per-views themselves. I kind of noticed that pattern after last month's Royal Rumble Aftermath show was really good as well. But anyway, this show is just absolutely fantastic. It felt like a good first step on the road to WrestleMania 28. To kick off the show, the first 10 seconds of the show, we have Eve just turn heel randomly. I mean, it wasn't technically random after what happened last week and she was making out with John Cena, but it just happened so quickly and it was just so shocking of how it happened, and it was just so long overdue, Eve's heel turn, that I was just really shocked to see it happen, really surprised and pleasantly surprised at that, because as I just said, it was long overdue. In the first 10 seconds of the show, like, holy shit, did Eve just turn heel? Did she just turn heel? Right in the first 10 seconds of the show. So it was pretty awesome. And then we had John Cena go out in the middle of the ring about a few minutes later and then call Eve technically a whore, a skank, and a hoskie, which I thought was absolutely hilarious because it is true, given her television character. She's been with R-Truth, Zack Ryder, and Crime Time, among other wrestlers in her tenure in WWE. But I thought that was an absolute fantastic segment, I should say. And it was the best way to get the fans behind John Cena going into his promo later in the night, which was also tremendous. John Cena did an excellent job with his promo against The Rock and is actually serious for the first time in months because, you know, for the past 365 days, all he's been talking about is manginas and all that other shit with Rock over Facebook and whatnot. So it's about damn time that he finally takes it all seriously and finally promotes his match with The Rock come WrestleMania 28. And I'm finally excited for this match because this is a match that I wanted to see last year. And I'm not too excited for this match this year, but, I mean, it's The Rock and John Cena, so you have to be excited. And John's promo only furthered that. So I am excited for that match. We also had Triple H and The Undertaker, also speaking of other WrestleMania matches. Another solid segment from Taker and Triple H. Both did fantastic on the mic, especially when Undertaker brought up the point about if Triple H couldn't do what Shawn Michaels couldn't, and that is break the Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania. So that was fantastic and just emotional and phenomenal. Just everything about that segment, I loved it. And I mean, originally, just a month ago, you guys know when I was ranting about Undertaker and Triple H, that I did not want to see this match come WrestleMania 28. I wanted to see Taker versus Sheamus, The Miz, John Cena, anybody else but Triple H. And now, finally, WWE's got me excited about Triple H versus Undertaker in the aspect that it will be held in a Hell in a Cell match. Now, we haven't seen a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania. We've only seen one Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania, I should say, and that was when Undertaker defended his WrestleMania streak against the Big Boss Man. And what WrestleMania? I don't remember, but I know that was at least a decade ago. Or maybe over a decade ago. I know that for a fact. So I'm really, really excited for this match. Those guys are going to put on a fantastic match. If it's Taker's last match, if it's Triple H's last match, or both of their last matches, it's going to be fantastic, no doubt. So I love that. And now that Undertaker is bald, by the way, as well, he's going to be unveiling his new look at WrestleMania 28, which I'm really, really excited for. See if he looks like the American Badass. But I read the report that his hair isn't short. He is really, really bald. Like he just shaved, and he's keeping it bald because he doesn't want to deal with the nuisance of long hair. So it is kind of intriguing. So I am looking forward to a bald Undertaker come WrestleMania 28. What else do we have in the show? Oh, we had the Battle Royal to kick off the main event, with Chris Jericho emerging victorious and earning a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 28 against CM Punk. Best in the world versus best in the world. We've known that this match is going to be coming for months now. Up until last summer, we knew this match was going to be happening. So, I mean, the Battle Royal was predictable, and the action was just very, very sloppy. This match for me was just the only downside to Monday Night Raw this past Monday night. This match was just really, really sloppy. They had Big Show toss Dolph Ziggler over the top rope, and Dolph Ziggler landed on Wade Barrett's arm. Now, Wade Barrett is unable to compete at WrestleMania, or as of now, he's not going to be able to compete because his recovery time is 6 to 8 weeks, and WrestleMania is in 6 weeks, and I doubt he's going to be able to make it back to WrestleMania, but one can only hope. But Dolph Ziggler was kind of beat up after the match. R-Truth, after he was eliminated, was kind of beat up after the match. And this is 24 hours removed after they were just in the hellacious Elimination Chamber. So that was just not good booking on WWE's part in the main event of Raw. But I am glad that Jericho won, and at least they're furthering that. And in other notes on the show, we had David Otunga. He was impressive against his match against Ezekiel Jackson, with a very impressive spine buster, which he calls the verdict, to finish that off in this feud against with Laurinaitis and Teddy Long Robert SmackDown. We had Kofi Kingston and R-Truth defeat the WWE Tag Team Champions, Primo and Epico. I mean, I do like the team of R-Truth and Kofi Kingston, but just not on the road to WrestleMania, because I don't want to see this tag team title match happen at WrestleMania. I just don't want this tag team match at all. Because Kofi Kingston and R-Truth are much better single stars, and I'd much rather see them in the Money in the Bank if it indeed happens at WrestleMania 28. So moving on to SmackDown, aired live on Tuesday night on Sci-Fi, 8 o'clock Central Time. This was just not an entertaining show by any means. It was just lackluster, just like the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view was. And just like their last live SmackDown, which was the holiday one, I believe, in November 30th, I think, back in 2011, this was just not good, except just besides the fact that CM Punk and Daniel Bryan had another awesome match, regardless of how many times it stopped due to Teddy Long and John Laurinaitis. That match was great, but besides that, everything else about the show was just terrible. We had that random tag team match of Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger defeating Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. It was a fun match, but it just didn't make any sense storyline-wise. And then we had David Otunga crush Ezekiel again. Great Khali crushed Drew McIntyre again. The action on the show is okay, but just the storytelling on the show and on the progression towards WrestleMania 28 was just not good. I just did not like it. And that showed in the ratings as well, because it ended up getting a 1.7, which I believe is their lowest rating since September 2011, which really says a lot. So don't expect for SmackDown to move live to Tuesday nights anytime soon. If anything, I'd rather see them go live on Friday nights, but I know that isn't possible because they had house shows and stuff like that. But still, I'd much rather see live Friday nights rather than live Tuesday nights, because those get terrible ratings and just aren't good shows whatsoever. So as I said, yeah, Punk versus Daniel Bryan, that was a great match. I really want to see that. I am glad that ended in a draw, because that is a future main event at WrestleMania 28 for sure. So yeah, and then opening up the show, we also had Sheamus versus Miz. That was a great match, but Miz hasn't won a match in like 2.5 months. So beating Miz at this point, the man who main evented WrestleMania last year, is just meaningless. Miz is just irrelevant at this point. So as I said, this show is just irrelevant, lackluster, and extremely forgettable. And then we had TNA Impact last night. I think that was a very solid show. We had Gail Kim versus ODB, in which I thought was an entertaining match. We had an entertaining tag team match with Jeff Hardy and James Storm defeating Kurt Angle and Bully Ray in an Extreme Rules tag team match with Brandon Jacobs getting involved. I thought that was pretty cool with the chokeslam through the table. We had Austin Aries. Did we see him in action? No, we didn't. We had Alex Shelley versus Zema Ion, which was a decent match for 3 minutes. As I just said, everything on the show was just great. We had a tag team title match that was greatly booked. Just everything on the show I just really liked, except for just a few minor things. But besides that, I did like TNA Impact. And as I said a couple weeks ago, TNA Impact is just soaring through the roof at the moment. They're at their best right now. They're doing Robert Roode versus Sting at Victory Road. Thank God it's not for the championship, but hopefully that can just end as quickly as possible. So we have James Storm versus Bobby Roode at Lockdown in 2 months. So that's going to be amazing. Can't wait for that to happen. So really good week in wrestling overall. We had Raw and TNA Impact do great. So SmackDown was just not good. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. As I said before, and just a number of things I just want to run down here. We did return with spoilers last night, me and Ben Gartland. So go check that out at blogtalkradio.com/spoilerspodcast. Their newest episode, 18th edition. Really awesome stuff. Go check that stuff out. I just recently posted another dance video, an extremely embarrassing dance video. So if you guys want to go check that out, go check out my other videos above and go check those out. If you have any suggestions for future dance videos. Although they're embarrassing to me, I know they're enjoyable for some of you. So make sure you suggest some more videos, and I will post them at your convenience. So, yeah, as I said before, WrestleMania 28 is just really, really exciting at this point. Really, really exciting. Highly anticipating it. Much like last year, but last year's WrestleMania was a complete disappointment and complete shit. So hopefully this year is not a repeat of that. We have Punk versus Jericho. That's going to be awesome. Triple H and Undertaker, I'm excited for this point. Rock and Cena, epic match. You know that already. And Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship, which looks to be a really extremely well wrestle match come WrestleMania 28 over the World Heavyweight Championship. And as for other matches in the card, I do think we're going to get an eight-man tag team match. Raw vs. SmackDown with Otunga tagging with Henry, Del Rio, and Christian against the team of Orton, Santino, Ezekiel, and maybe Riley or Mysterio or somebody along those lines. So I do like that match to an extent. So I hope you guys enjoy your week, and make sure to follow me on Twitter at save_us_GSM. And that's about it. So I hope you guys have an excellent week, and I will be back in a couple days with another WrestleRant. This is GSM signing out. Till next time, guys.